Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we're going to do another champion spotlight today. One of the most sought after epics in the game. Maybe the most sought after epic in the game nowadays. Because he enables all sorts of funky stuff in Clan Boss and in the arena. Can you guess who it is yet? 3, 2, 1. Seeker. Seeker! Seeker is awesome. Let me get him out of the vault, show you guys. So my Seeker is fully built for a Clan Boss team. And the reason that he's so good in Clan Boss is because of his A2. So he's got an A2 which just fills turn meter. And it fills turn meter by 30%, which is a lot. It also places increased attack on your team. Now, it happens every 3 turns, but he gets an extra turn every time he does it, which in reality means it actually happens every 2 turns. That's why he's so good for Clan Boss, because you can get this kind of multi-speed team running, which is actually insane. So that makes him awesome for Clan Boss, but he's also really, really cool in the arena. So he's cool in the arena because he's got an A1, which has got a provoke. If you book him out, becomes a 50% chance to provoke. So he speeds up, he gets an extra turn, then he goes and provokes someone, which pretty much can take out one of the enemy's team. And also, if you do not go first, it's the only speed merchant champion that if you do not go first, he gives you a chance to survive. So he's got this passive, heals him by 20%, and places big version increased defense on the whole team. So you take, basically, you don't go first, you take a slam and everyone gets increased defense. So all of a sudden, you've got a chance to survive the next stuff that's coming at you. Very, very cool champion. So my masteries are all set up towards Clan Boss. This is, see, go this way, down into War Master, normal type of stuff. I've got him in a counter-attack style defensive setup. So just as an alternate way to build him for masteries, I think if I was building him a different way, I'd probably go with something like this Lysandra style arena build. So this is more like an arena setup, high on accuracy, and like a defensive supportive tree. Landing that provoke, making sure you got your Laura's Steel in there for the speed. That would probably be my secondary choice. If you didn't want to go for the accuracy tree here, you might go for turn meter fill when people take a lot of damage. But yeah, that would be my secondary choice on masteries. What I'll do is I'll show you him in action in Clan Boss first. So I've got him running at 248 speed. He fits perfectly into my Batman Eater composition, which runs at the same speed with the same setup on Brutal, Nightmare, and Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. It's bonkers, guys. Same setup, same speeds for all the champions, and it runs on all of those different Clan Bosses. And for me, in my gear, I one-key them all. I one-key all of those different things. So let me show you. I say that. This is me testing other teams. This is not me with my Seeker team. I actually forgot to run it. So, Ultra Nightmare. This is the team I was running yesterday. For tests, we will be running with Draco as my damage dealer. 2 Man-Eaters. Not Madame. 2 Man-Eaters. This is a crazy thing. It ends up being like an all-epic team, pretty much. Seeker as my booster. Seeker also does a ton of damage. Like an absolute ton. And then Painkeeper. But only one legendary in the team. This person could be anyone who's going to be your damage dealer. Seeker is required for this. All of the speeds for this are in my tier list sheet. So if you guys were to look on my tier list, which is in my every video description below, within my tier list, you'll see guides to all my champions and stuff. There's also a tab that's called Unkillable Teams. And this is the Bat Eater at the bottom here. Bat Eater. If you want to copy this team, I've got all the speeds and stuff like that in this tier list. So the setup for this, as I say, super easy, and it's the same for Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal. Same setup with all of them. So you go A3 on your fastest Man-Eater. You speed up with your Seeker, get your increased attack on, and then hit. You go A1 on the second man-eater, A3 on Painkeeper, hit auto, sit back, watch it for like 20, whatever it is, 10, 15 minutes or something. It'll do your full 50 turns, totally unkillable. And then you finish that, and then you go and hit Nightmare and do the same setup again. I'll bring it back in at the end, because one thing you'll be surprised about is how hard Seeker hits. He is an absolute beast. He's a menace when he's at Clan Boss, guys. Easily like my second highest damage dealer in this comp, and one of the big reasons that I'm able to one key Ultra Nightmare most of the time. So I'll let it play through. I'll show you the results at the end, and then we'll get on to some stuff other than Clan Boss. Okay then, guys, we're just coming towards the end of the run. You can see we've gone over the Ultra Nightmare 1 key, so that's working fine. I've not had to touch it at all. I've literally been sitting here, drinking some tea, prepping for a video I'm going to be doing on Faction Wars, letting it run. I could do the same on Nightmare, Brutal, exactly the same setup, and let it run. That's why he's so cool. And he makes a lot of these compositions possible. He's probably the easiest speed merchant to manipulate into these type of comps. So very cool. I'm sure there'll be other stuff around him in other videos. But look at the damage here. So Man-Eater's kicking out 9s for me. Painkeeper does 6. Seeker's whopping out a great 15 million damage. 15 million. So let me show you how I've got mine built. And he is built to do damage. That's why I've set him up. So we've got attack with attack percentage. We've got crit damage here with some accuracy on it. We've got attack with speed. I'm getting to the right speed with as much attack, crit, and crit damage as I can do. Attack percentage here. Speed on those boots. Crit damage with crit rate. And then crit rate and attack and all sorts of funny shenanigans after that. So he is brilliant for that type of setup. Now, if you were going to use him in the arena, probably the only thing I need to swap, really, I'm still fast. All I need to do is swap this into an accuracy banner to try and get his provoke off. So let me just throw an accuracy banner on him. I've got one ready. I don't even need one with that much on it, really. Do I have any? No, they're all being used. All being used. Let me just see. He might just have enough accuracy anyway. So I'm going to try and show you this in the 3v3. Who's going to work? Who's going to work? So I like the idea of Lysandra. Maybe I should have Lysandra. Maybe what have we got going on here? Lots of buffs and stuff. Maybe I'll put a Valk in the mix to try and make sure I go first. I'm not speed tuned here to make sure that I go first. So a Valk will help me go first. Seeker will come in like secondary to speed boost a second time. And then someone like Kandrafon or some other form of neuter can then come in and do the work. So something like this as my team should work. So let's just get through a couple of fights. We'll show you that second fight and see what he does in the arena. But for the arena, he's widely thought as the best speed booster, but he doesn't have a speed lead. So you kind of do still need a speed lead to go alongside him. This is my normal team doing some work against a bunch of tanks. See you later. And then this is his setup. So you see we get Valkyrie shields out. We are faster than them, so we're going to steal some turn meter. Seeker then puts increased attack on me. We then decide who do we want to provoke. So who's going to do the worst to me here? She's actually probably going to clean anything off that I do anyway, because she's got the ability to do that. Raglan can do that as well. And Warlord's really annoying. This is a really annoying team. I know Raglan, I've just seen her resist my Valk's passive, not my Valk, sorry, my Lysandra, who's got high accuracy. So I'm going to go for the Warlord. Yeah, so we've got provoke off. That in a normal situation is massive. It's massive. I don't know if it's enough because I'm not sure if this Kandrafon's going to be able to kill through these shields. We'll see. No, not quite. Not quite. Which potentially puts me in trouble because she is a bit of a beast. I'm just going to make sure I don't get shut out. Got revives go up, and then it's going to be a long fight. But you can see the value. You can see the value in Seeker. The lower down in the arena you are, the more value you get from Seeker, basically. He's an absolute machine when it comes to just putting out that speed and provoke. Those two things together, and then dropping the increased defense on your team as well, so that when we're taking damage here, we're taking way less damage. So yeah, bit of a beast. Fun champion as well to play around with. And the good thing about Seeker is once you've got him built for the arena or for the clan boss, you can basically run him anywhere in the game. There's not a place in the game that he can't come in and do work for you. So let's skip out of this and let's get him into some dungeons. That's going to be a long old fight. I think we still win that fight, by the way, but come on, boys. We've skipped. Okay. So if we were going into dungeons then, I think his best spot, I mean, on my tier list, I've scored him pretty much 4 out of 5 for all dungeons. He can play in any space. He can be your spider, increase attack, and increase speed champion. So if you're running Ultimate Gaelic, he is brilliant to run before Ultimate Gaelic as your increase attack champion. That's probably his best use on spider, I'd say. But also, if you don't have an Ultimate Gaelic and you're just trying to go fast, he is also just a good champion to have. So I think this works. So because of him, I can run full auto, and Ultimate Gaelic's going to be able to do his HP burn because he puts the increased attack on for you. If I didn't have someone doing that increased attack, I would have to be more manual with Spider. See, we got a ton of HP burns out there. And then other than that, it's just a kind of standard Spider run. So he's good for that. He's also pretty tanky when he needs to be, and he'll also improve your tankiness when you take like the AoE damage. So for Spider, I think his best pairing is certainly Ultimate Gaelic, but generally he's fairly strong anyway. And we should see this kind of run through pretty nice. You can see we're just doing a ton of damage through the burns. We've got 2 champions making us go faster, making them go slower. So all in all, it's strong. And then you've got increased attack coming in as well. For someone like your Cold Heart, if she's going to lay down her slams. So all you're kind of looking for here is that rotation. He rotates back to his A2 so fast because it's basically on a 2-turn cooldown. So it shouldn't really be a situation unless you're very unlucky that you don't have your increased attack up for the HP burn. And you can just see how effective he is in this dungeon. So it won't be long before we start getting those burns out. Got plenty of turn meter control in this setup. Obviously, Miscreated Monsters shielding like a boss as ever. We should see these spiderlings now start to kill Big Mama. Big Mama Spider. So the other dungeons, because of his affinity, Fire Knight's probably his worst dungeon, just because of affinity, nothing else. He's got a double hit A1, which is strong for Fire Knights. And again, he brings you a speed increase and an attack increase, which are both good things for Fire Knights. So the only reason why I'd say is his weakest dungeon is purely because of affinity. Everything else about it is actually really strong. So we should just get the last couple of burns off. Burn to death. There we go. And never really in any sort of trouble there. Obviously, Miscreated Monster's pretty good for that carry. Or not pretty good. He's insane for that carry side of it. Come on, game. Raid Maintenance Legends coming through. Right. Yeah, so as I say, Fire Knights, he is the negative affinity. In the build I've got him right now, I think I would probably struggle. Let's see. I think he's not got enough defense, but you can certainly build him with more defense than I've got, and you'll work your way through Fire Knights really well. Turn meter boost means that you can run him with a speed champion like Lysandra, and all he's doing is turn meter boosting, so you're not like overlapping the same skill. Whereas if I was to run Apothecary and Lysandra together, you're basically both trying to put increased speed up. There's no point. You're both doing the same skill. With him, they're doing different skills. So you're always getting the benefit of that extra turn meter fill. And you're always getting that increased attack, which is actually a massive buff when you're trying to do faster runs or trying to clear through some of this trash. See there, Cupidus coming in with a big old slam. Even Seeker though, slamming for like 20 to 30k per pop on his A1 is good damage. Increase attack back up, really quick. And even though we're negative affinity here for Seeker, he still does work actually. Gets a provoke off, so you're going to protect your damage dealers. So for the waves, he does a ton of work. Then you get onto the boss. At least for Fire Knights, he's giving you a turn meter boost, and then he's having another turn, and he's doing a 2-hitter on the boss. Double hits is always nice, just to try and get down that boss's shield as soon as possible. Provoke obviously doesn't work on bosses. None of that's going to happen. But if you can get down that shield nice and early, and then you've got enough turn meter control in the team to keep it down, then you're laughing really. I think we're just short of it. So that's him on Fire Knights. That team would be fine. The increased defense there when you take a slam is also kind of nice. And I guess really Dragon, he's not even fully built. Dragon, more of the same. Ice Golem, more of the same. Like Dungeons, it's very similar fodder to what you just seen there. He boosts you, he increases your attack, so your damage dealers are going to hit harder. And on the waves, he'll provoke like that target you don't want to be dealing damage to you. The other area of the game that people are very interested in right now is Faction Wars. Undeads have got a really strong Faction War roster generally. He's no different. He could be in any Faction War team. Getting a provoke off on a Valk is really massive. Getting provokes off on anyone that's going to try and buff or slam you, very cool. So he can easily come into your Undead Faction War team as well. So really, guys, he can play anywhere in the game. He is definitely a top 10 epic, if not top tier. And for me, like one of the most sought after epics now because of everything you can do with Clan Boss. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you all soon.